Okay, boys, so now we digging. Okay, and I know you saying, hey, he's digging for treasure. Not quite. Not today. Okay, today what we digging is a place to lay my poop to rest. Okay, my poop. Okay, because there's a 5-gallon bucket full of my feces. Okay, that's about a week's worth of feces, and now we're gonna bury it. And but see, this isn't actually the most responsible thing that I could do to get rid of my feces is to build an above ground composting pile. Okay, and then when I poop in the bucket, I also add some organic material, in this case leaves, sometimes sawdust, and that's carbon, okay, and my feces, that's nitrogen, okay, and then those two combine in the compost pile, and they make a real nice soil after 1-2 years, okay, and that's the most responsible thing, because that's closed loop, keeping the nutrients in the landscape, we feeding the plants and the wildlife, okay, but that's not what we're doing today, because it's probably, okay, so if you're doing the above ground composting method, then what you got to worry about is critters that come and they eat your poop right out of the pile. They critters and they eat the poop. Okay, and I don't want that. I don't want no critters eating my poop. Okay, so that's why I'm digging this hole. Okay, we're digging. You can see that's a hole. Okay, and then you're saying, hey, I don't think that's very responsible, Walker. I don't think you should just be digging a hole and burying your poop willy-nilly. Well, look at it this way. Number one, I scouted the location. Okay, I'm very far from any water source. Okay, that's important, or any people, or any food crops, such like. Okay, so it's a good location. It's just kind of tucked away over here. My poop's gonna tuck into that hole over there. But let me tell you, if you think this ain't responsible, let me tell you a little story about responsibility. Okay, let me tell you a little story about the Colorado River. Okay, what's the Colorado River got to do with any of this? Well, let me tell you. Okay, because the Colorado River is a high mountain up in the Rocky Mountains. Okay, we got the Colorado River. Okay, and the Colorado River, you know what? You leave the Colorado River alone for a little bit, and the Colorado River digs the whole damn Grand Canyon. Okay, Colorado River, it dug the Grand Canyon. Okay, there's a lot of digging. Okay, there's a lot of digging for a little river. A big river, though. It's a big river. Okay, and the Colorado River dug the Grand Canyon. But let me tell you, let me give you a little update. A little 2022 update. Colorado River no longer runs to the sea. Okay, that's right. The Colorado River, this mighty river that dug the Grand Canyon, is drying up. It's evaporating. Okay, and you say, hey, what's happening in the Colorado River? I'll tell you what's happening in the Colorado River. Okay, what's happening in the Colorado River is everybody is pissing and shitting in the Colorado River in their toilets. Okay, because that's where the water from the toilet comes to. They sterilize the water, then they put it in the toilet, and then they piss and shit in it. It turns into black water, and they flush it down, just use all these chemicals, try to clean it up, sewage treatment systems, none don't even quite work. The water never gets the same. Never want to drink that water again because you piss and shit in it. Okay, so what is the value? That's millions of people every day. That's no exaggeration. Millions of people every day are pissing and shitting in the Colorado River, sterilized in their toilets. Okay, and that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Millions of people in the desert where there ain't no water, and they drying up the whole damn Colorado River to do their business, to do their number ones and the number twos. Okay, now that's crazy. And here's why I tell you, and here's why it matters. Okay, and this is why it should matter to you and it matters to me. And here's something else the Colorado River got. Okay, the Colorado River got a little frog. That's right, a little frog. The Colorado River got a little frog. It's called the Colorado River frog. Okay, and this little frog, here's the deal with this little frog. When he gets scared, when someone scares this little frog, he gets scared. He squirts drugs. Okay, he squirts drugs at you. When you get scared, that's what this frog does. Bam! Squirts some drugs at you. Cool drugs, too. Squirts DMT, okay? That's a spirit molecule, okay? But, hey, that's cool, man. That's real cool. I want to live in a world where there's little frogs and they squirt drugs at you when they get scared, okay? Don't you? And we want to live in a world with all little animals, whether or not they squirt drugs at you. But particularly ones that squirt drugs at you, you want to keep them around, okay? So what's more responsible now, okay? Is it digging his hole? Is it a responsible move? Am I being responsible? Hey, look, I'm digging a hole. I'm being responsible. 4 or 5 gallon bucket full of my feces in this hole. Or is it? And no, I'm just going to flush the Colorado River down 5 gallons at a time. Every time I take a shit, just take a little bit of the Colorado River. Me and all my neighbors, me and the whole society, you know. And for me as a cave brother up here, it would also involve, I'd have to drive many miles into town. Okay, use a lot of gasoline to go poop in sterilized drinking water that was formerly the Colorado River, and is now a dried up little mud puddle where frogs barely exist anymore. They're gonna squirt you with drugs. Okay, so I'm gonna put my poop in the ground. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Today, this is for the frog that squirts drugs. Okay, down the hatch.